Hi, I'm Jim Knotts, President and CEO of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund. Welcome to today's virtual reading of the names. 2022 marks the 40th anniversary of the dedication of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. As part of our commemoration, we'll host an in-person reading of the names at the wall from November 7th through 10th, 2022, when all 58,281 names on the wall will be read aloud. In the lead up to that event, we'll be reading names each day online while sharing the photos of these heroes. For our daily virtual reading, the names of the service members will be read by month and day of death between the years 1956 and 1975 in alphabetical order for the given day. We apologize in advance for any mispronunciations. Know that our readers are doing their best to honor these service members. We hope you'll listen and watch each day and share with others as we remember and honor those who gave their lives during the Vietnam War.
Charles James Atkins, Douglas Vernon Andre, Michael Wayne Andrews, Larry M. Barnhill, Roger Charles Bartz, Burris Nelson Begley, William Joseph Bexey, John Alvin Barry, Damon Earl Billingsley, Melvin Lynn Boland, Stephen Hess Boyer, William Warren Breeze Jr., David Lee Broder, Frederick Frank Cadill, Nyrun Chadi, Roger Lee Christensen, John Calvin Clark II, Edward Pillow Cooper, Benjamin Franklin Danielson, David Michael Davison, Morris Frederick Dibble, Richard Eugene Dreyer, George Joe Bucky Eisenberger, Gary Lloyd England, Billy Kennedy Evans Jr., Richard Michael Fakendini, John Douglas Floyd, Tony Curtis Foster, Robert Charles Fox, Henry Gentry Jr., Robert Goins, Thomas J. Gregnany, James Graham, John Preston Green, Michael Alfred Gruber, Henry McNeil T. Holmes Jr., Harry James Harris, Patrick Kendall Harold, Jerry Lee Hoschultz, John Joseph Healy Jr., Heriberto Segovia Hernandez, Guy Holdaway, Jimmy Don Hyde, Jorge M. Jaramillo, Norman Wallace Johnson, Jerry Bernice Johnston, Leonard Alexander Jones, Granville R. Jones Jr., George Edward Joyce, John Francis Kennezet Jr., Raymond Earl Kellums, Wayne Lee Kent, Richard Killens, Patrick Wilmer King, Cheswal Kowalczyk, Royal Tindorf Krell, Joseph Walter Lansky, O'Neill Leggett, Stephen Douglas Levesque, Cy Jin Liu, Daniel Hinson Lindsay, McGeary Littlejohn, James Escool Lofgren, Robert Donald Logg,
Luis Beltran Lopez, James Edward Love, Charles Edward Manzanares, Edward K. Marsh, John Eugene Martin, Charles Daniel Maxon, Donald Willis McCammon, Philip James McCarthy, Paul McGahey Jr., Pat Weldon McGee, Thomas Mark McMahon Jr., Michael Sidney McNeil, Roger Lynn McWright, Eugenio Molina Rodriguez, August Harold Monhoff, Frank Ernest Morey Jr., Gerald Carl Morton, Mark Ronald Moyhe, David Nevas, Gary Maurice O'Keefe, Warren Shigo Oshiro, Stephen Stanford Oviatt, Alan Neil Palm, Daniel Allen Peters, Randy David Ray, Reuben Dwight Reese, Joseph Dale Riggle, Julius Roberts Jr., Bobby Lee Robertson, David Lee Robison, Peter William Roy, Thelmer Arthur Rudlong, Carlos Herberto Ruiz, Donald Myrick Russell, Michael Philip Schweibel, Raymond Singleton, Milton Solomon, Norman Joseph Geo Spenard, Roger Wayne Spradlin, Bruce Wayne Spring, Don Jean Stallard, William James Stewart, Billy Richard Stroll, Ralph Lee Taylor, Robert Isaac Terry III, John Lorney Thibeaux, Harry Stewart Thompson, Gunter Robert Tons, Joseph Ray Thornton, Robert Wilbur Toller Jr., Daniel Paul Toole, David Jesse Tungate, Edward Charles Upner, James D. Van Hoosier, Roger Lee Venters, Arthur Leonard Warren, Richard F. Waterfield, Richard Allen Watts, Richard Raymond Weiss, Jeff Lynn Wenger, Donald Dennis Waker, Stephen Craig Willis, Joe Witherspoon, Willie Joseph Wright.